Everything started, going well. From there, they started dating officially. He would come in to visit her almost every month. They would miss each other. She was deep in love with this guy. All of a sudden, he started giving excuse. Oh, my IRS is having issues and I need to pay for those particular business. I need money. She borrowed him $6,000. Oh, my this one is having issues. My complex is having issues. It's on fire. She borrows him $5,000. Oh, I want to sell this my property and there's a caveat on it. We need to pay $120,000. I've raised about $100. My friend gave me this. My friend gave me that. Then she borrows him $18,000. That's over $32,000 already. This man kept on giving excuses. Having this sickness, my back is paining me, my dad is sick, my dad broke his hips. So many excuses. This guy started collecting money from her, from here and there. Things were no longer going the way she was expecting. But she was still so much in love with him that she did not see all this, or she saw them and she overlooked all the red flags, not knowing that this guy was a gambling addict. During one of their trips to Portugal, they ended up having a court wedding without a ring. He didn't even have money to afford a ring. He kept on giving excuses, not knowing he was gambling. He was a big gambler. He could not get a ring, so he proposed to her that morning that she knows this is not the kind of wedding she wanted. But then on a good day, he's going to give her a good engagement ring. She was like, no problem. So they did that. She was actually happy, like she's marrying the love of her life. She was happy. They got married. They even came back. Nobody knew, not even her parents or her siblings knew. I don't know if the friend knew about it. So they started living their life. Things were not really going well. Like, when are you paying me the money you borrowed me? The money you took from me? When is this your deal happening? When is this your contract sealing? He started giving excuse. My IRS has this one. My bank blocked my account. They froze my two accounts, my business and personal accounts. This lady said he was earning about $400,000 every day. But then all of a sudden, because of the bank issues, what he could take out every month from his account was $4,000. So at some point, she started taking the responsibilities of their relationship. They started preparing for his green card. He used that to get a green card. They started preparing for the green card since they're already legally married, for him to travel down to the States and, be with her. He introduced that to her family, to his family, his parents. When she got there, their house wasn't looking like, royal family. Like, with everything he said, she was seeing something else. He wasn't even in so much of a good relationship with his dad and his elder sister. They were always having this issue, but she overlooked it. Like, she doesn't care about the money. Not everybody likes fancy house. Maybe they are just rich people who doesn't like to live in a big house. So she allowed the pass. She introduced him to her own parents, her family. Everybody bonded immediately. The dad, the mom, they loved him. He was, very ready to learn her culture, learn her Igbo culture, everything. He was even willing to even travel down to her village in Nigeria to attend her grandma's burial, which he did. He talked about this Rolex watch. He has two Rolex watches. He has this one. He has watches worth $100,000. Since the issues were just too many, this young lady kept on asking for her money. Kept on asking for her money. Excuses upon excuses. They told me 6 months time. This one has 18 months banned. But however, I'm going to sell my research and give you the money. Then he comes up. I sold one of my houses. I've paid this one. I invested money to my godson's business, so I can only give you $9,000 this month. He gave her $9,000. She was like, okay. Money has started coming in. All of a sudden, she had this unexpected conversation with his friend at a club. And the guy opened up and the guy asked her, are you guys coming out today? She was like, no. He said he's not coming out. He doesn't want to come out. He was like, oh, I get it. Probably he's trying to run away from his numerous debtors. People he's owing money from his gambling addiction. That was when she started connecting everything. Like, he's a gamble addict. He was like, are you not aware? He told me that he already mentioned it to you that you're aware. So when they got home, she questioned him. Okay, she didn't even allow them to get home. Right there at the club, she screamed like, are you a gambling addict? Like, he said, oh, it happened 10 years ago. He had already stopped, blah, 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 blah. They got back home. He managed to brainwash her. She forgot everything. The next day they were eating. The next day she was about to eat, she got this text message from her friend, who she would address as Mr. and Mrs. Crypto, that he borrowed $200,000 from her husband. She borrowed $200,000 from her husband because they are friends now. Because that her friend knows Onyeka, so they borrowed him the $200,000. She was shocked. She confronted him. He now gave an excuse that, is this my business I invested money in? The money is coming up. It's a big money. Once they release my account, I will get it and all that. He managed to brainwash her again. She forgave him. They started making plans on how to pay this money. Something in her told her to ask that guy to check the accounts where they sent the money to. When this Mr. Crypto checked the accounts, he realized that the money was transferred into a betting account, like a betting account. She confronted him again. He gave an excuse. No, it's not a betting account. Blah 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 blah. He brainwashed her again, and she was so in love with this guy that she kept on ignoring all these red flags. I will just cut it short. They kept on having numerous issues. She already bought wedding dress. He was supposed to send the family $10,000 to pay for traditional wedding or so. Abi what kini in Nigeria. Everything's turned upside down. Like, she bought the wedding dress, but since we're no longer going normal, this guy has been misusing money. And when she confronted him at that point, he got angry and he went upstairs. And then something occurred to her. She took his card, she took his ATM card. Like, let's say she went to the ATM to check his account balance, because he has been giving her stories. There is money in my account, but they're working on it, so I can't really transfer. So she drove out around 1 a.m. without his knowledge. She snuck out of the house. When she got to the bank, lo and behold, his account balance is 34 cents. Like, it was not even, like, it wasn't even up to $1. So she was like, what the heck? 34 cents. Immediately she came back to the house. She slept. It was already 1 a.m. She didn't want to start causing drama. She slept. The next morning she confronted this guy. He started giving excuses again, lying again. She forgave him and they started afresh. Like, they spoke to the Mr. and Mrs. Crypto. They agreed that they will pay instrumentally. He brainwashed her again. She started looking for, gambling therapists for him. He started, taking classes, acted like a changed man. Money started flowing in little by little. They started afresh, managing. Until when she realized this guy was still into gambling. She saw when he finally got his green card and moved to the States, all these things, she had already moved to the States, living with her. She was one taking responsibility of their living at that point, more like a sugar mommy, doing everything for him. So it got to her neck. She told him, at this point, I can't continue. I want my money. I'm tired of all these stories and all that. So this guy opened up and said he's no longer interested. Like, he knows, okay, at this point, the pressure on him was already too much. He was even owing her parents. He has not paid the money he promised, the $10,000. So she was like, what is going on? He now told her that he doesn't want the relationship anymore. He wants a divorce. That is the first time he's coming out to tell you. That is the first time he's coming out to tell her that he wanted a divorce. So she was like, where is it coming from? Like, this is the first time he's telling me, I used to love you. Like, I used to love you. She decided to sleep over. She decided to sleep over. He thought that this guy was joking. The next morning, he packed his bag. One of her friends came visiting, the one who went for the wedding gown shopping with her. So she didn't want to make a scene because the friend is not even aware of everything that was going on. He was busy packing his bags. She spoke to this her friend and, like, explained everything to the friend. Poured out her heart to the friend. The friend said, "Ha, well, any decision you take, I am solidly behind you." So she decided to take his green card. So she decided to take his passport to stop him from traveling. She went out. She drove out and went to her friend's place.